And good afternoon, everyone. This is Christopher D. Gripe, your correspondent secretary. I hope everyone's enjoying yourself. I know you just maybe heard the governor gave his daily report, which I hope everyone is listening, or you can actually watch it again on YouTube, or just click on governor's press conference, which will be pop everywhere on YouTube. So let's get ready to our regular business. Today we have a special guest, which we'll speak to them in just a minute. Deborah's going to give you a little update on OPWDD, and I will still give you updates what we have. Also, I remind everyone, our website is up to date and has some additional information, as well as some information might be added in by the end of this week. So if you do, please let us know for information that you want us to put up, like training. If it's around something to keep the parents and individuals busy, we have something about that. Let's get into regular business first. On regular business, as a reminder, our website is up to date, so please make sure you visit our website, but please go to other Keep Yourself Busy page, which is the emergency preparedness page. Click on everything there, get some information. As you know, the front door is already full, but we will be getting more information about it by the end of this week, so you can contact. Really, families, do not try to enter the DDROs. They're not going to help you there because, as you know, we have to follow the coronavirus emergency. That's why there's a phone. Please contact them. If you're having problems, you cannot reach them, you can always email us, and we will get back to you with that information as soon as possible. Maybe not one day, but at least one to 2 business days we'll get back to you. But as I remind you, you need to have patience and make sure you contact our office at all times. Our office number is 718-642-8512. So please make sure that you are watching that moment. And also on the bottom of my right, which will be your right, will be where the area is where you can type in your questions, your comments in. So I am putting in the Advisory Council phone number. And now the next step I'm putting in is our website. So please make sure you know our website, get to know it, it's your Bible, and it does help you out with any information that you need. So please make sure, everyone, you are checking that out. Getting on to regular business, as you know, as we speak right now, the MTA is supposed to be having a press conference about the homeless. We'll give you more up-to-dates later on or another day. But I will remind you, if you see them on the train, just please put it into your complaints onto mta.info or complaint to 311 on that at this time. It is important that, yes, there's homeless, but we'll make sure that you are wearing a mask and make sure you are protected. If you see the whole train messed up, go to the next car or wait for the next train. But remember what car it was this train was messed up. Always important to get the train car number. And as I said again, you can always visit the MTA's feedback page, which is on my MTA, as Reggie Ben has mentioned it the other days, as well as I have. Please make sure you type in that information. Now, a lot of you have been asking how to get certain information, how getting food, how to getting free Wi-Fi, getting this, getting that, which I'm going to introduce you in just a few minutes. But let me get into good news. As you know, as of Sunday, the L train construction of the tunnel is now completed. I only said the tunnel. This means the L train will be running its normal regular route at full strength. As you know, it's not going to run its regular timetable because they are easing some of the service down. This means the L train will be running its normal routine. There will be normal M trains running after hours to 96th Street, 2nd Avenue. The M train will go back to Essex Street, last stop. So therefore, the M will still go into Manhattan, but only up to Essex Street. It will run it frequently possibly during that time was running more frequently, but no longer it will serve the 2nd Avenue line. The Q train will still run there. The M will still go to Forest Hills, but after 9 p.m., which will be leaving at 34th Street by 9, the last M train will terminate. Well, the M will go terminating at Essex Street on the J platform, which will be on the middle track, and then proceed back to Metropolitan. We will be working on something with Trains and Rides Council as well as the MTA. Maybe we can extend the M to go to maybe Broad Street so it can terminate a phone stream to another accessible station. That's something we can work on in the near future. But right now, those are the service. The G train will go its normal, regular routine. The 7 train goes back to, well, the 7 train has not changed, so nothing's changed. The M14 Select will still remain where they are, unless they are doing something changed, we'll find out. The good news is if you're going to transfer between the 3 and the L train, that will remain in effect until they complete the construction. The only place it may not go, well, you can still transfer from at this time from the J and M to the G train up to May 31st. But the transfer between the L and the 3 will remain until the construction is complete. So a free transfer will still be in effect unless something's rechanged to the L to the 3 at the Junius and Livonia stations. So please keep that alert on. It is important to always check the MyMTA website and always remember that trains do run but not at full strength. So remind yourself that the W, the B, the 42nd Street Shuttle, and the C train, and the Rock Park A train are not running. The N will be running like it runs on Saturdays. The 40th Century Shuttle is completely suspended. You have to use the 7 train. The other train, which I just said, the C train, the Lefferts Boulevard A, will make local stops, leads the Far Rockaway Express. So please make sure that you all pay close attention on these changes as well. The Rock Park A, which runs during rush hour, you will need to transfer at Beach Channel to the shuttle to Rock Park. So please make sure you use those connections as well and allow additional time. Now, Debbie will be joining with me in a little bit. I'm going to ask John to join me in just a second. And I know he's from the mayor's office with people with disability. He's been doing an excellent job on outreaching and helping families with disabilities. So this is right now I am going to get him. Let me see. John, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, Chris.
Hi, John. Welcome. Can you please give us your best medicine antidotes? What's the mayor's office been doing for the last, actually now I could say almost a month now?
Certainly. So just a little bit of background. My name is Jonathan Novick, and I'm the outreach manager for the New York City Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities. Our office, we work to ensure that everything New York City has to offer is accessible and inclusive of people with disabilities. Now, in the age of COVID-19 and COVID-19 response, we have been, our mission remains the same, ensuring that people with disabilities have access to information and resources for individual issues that come up and are included within the resources that are being developed. Now, just right up top, I want to say that if anybody from the disability community, or if you know a person with a disability that are looking for resources, that is in need of assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to our office. There are a few ways you can do this. First, you can call us and be connected to our phone directory. Our phone number is 212-788-2830. Once again, that is 212-788-2830. Secondly, you can visit us on our website. That is nyc.gov/disability. That's nyc.gov/disability. And finally, we have a program called ASL Direct, which is a video conferencing line where a person who is deaf and prefers to communicate in American Sign Language can dial our video phone number and be connected to a member of our office who is knowledgeable of resources and information and can provide assistance directly in American Sign Language. That's no TTY, no relay, just direct connection. And you can reach this by dialing our video phone at 646-396-5830. That's 646-396-5830. And you can also learn more about ASL Direct and get connected by visiting nyc.gov/ASL. That's nyc.gov/ASL, as in American Sign Language. Now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, MOPD has regularly been in contact with the disability community to understand, what the main problem areas are that people are facing, Some of the biggest issues that we've heard are access to food, access to supplies for both financial and physical reasoning, as well as access to home healthcare providers. So we actually have we're in constant contact with the community. As I mentioned, our lines are open. You can give us a call. You can reach out to our video phone. You can visit us online. You can also follow us on social media on Facebook and Twitter at NYC Disabilities. That's at NYC Disabilities. But in addition to all of these outlets of communication, we hold a weekly call with our disability community partners. These are different organizations. Chris is included in this.
As well as Debbie.
As well as Debbie.
Hello.
Independent living centers, disability-specific organizations, advocacy groups that we work with, and our other public and private community partners that work with people with disabilities. Now, in these conversations, we've heard a lot of information, like I mentioned, about the issue areas that people are facing: food and supply delivery, access to home health care providers, mental health resources. And as a result, our office has put together a website full of COVID-19 resources for people with disabilities. So you can find this website by going online and visiting nyc.gov/disability-coronavirus. That's nyc.gov/disability-coronavirus. You can also just go to nyc.gov/disability, and there should be a link right there as well to the page. But on this website, you'll find information on food and supply delivery and pickup. There is resources that emergency management has been putting out. If you visit nyc.gov/getfood, there's information on food pickup locations all over the city, including the Department of Education has set up at over 400 locations in schools, food pickup locations that you can visit. You can go online and find your local, the one closest to you. You can also call 311 to find that out. There should be accessibility information included within, if you look it up online, your site. Not all sites are accessible. However, all the staff knows to be on the lookout for individuals with disabilities who might not be able to, get into the building and provide them with food preemptively instead of, having them not get access to this. So those are a few examples of food and supply delivery and pickup information that you can find on our website. In addition is the New York City Food Delivery Program at the nyc.gov/getfood website. Actually, just hold on a second. Just want to make sure I get this information right. So there's the New York City Food Delivery Assistance Program, and this is for individuals who are not able to go out and get food at these pickup locations due to their increased medical risks, or they're physically not able to go out to get food. They don't have any neighbors or family members that can assist them in getting food. They don't receive meal assistance from other providers like Meals on Wheels, God's Love You Deliver, and they're not able to afford meal delivery or grocery delivery. So what they can do is either go online at nyc.gov/getfood and apply for meals. Each delivery will contain 3 days of food, 9 meals per person, but no household will receive more than 18 meals per delivery. And you can do so, you can apply for this program by going online at nyc.gov/getfood. You can call 311 and ask about New York City Food Delivery Assistance. And you can also text 311-692. So it's another way of getting 311 resources. You can text on your phone, on your cell phone, doesn't have to be a smartphone, 311-692 and ask about the New York City Food Delivery Assistance program. Now, in addition to those food and delivery resources on our website, we have information on social services and Medicaid benefits. As a result of COVID-19, New York City HRA is allowing more, cash assistance and SNAP applications can be exclusively online. You can start the process online through the Access HRA portal, and that's located on our website as well. We have information on home health care providers, transportation updates, housing, internet and phone services. We have a few programs that are providing either free phones or reduced phones based on your individual income and situation, as well as 60 days of free internet in a time where there's a lot of information available online. Not everyone has access to a computer or access to internet. We're trying to provide individuals with as many resources as possible to connect them with this information and technology. Information on education, employment, businesses, financial resources, as well as pets and service animals for individuals who rely on a service animal and there's issues whether or not they can still provide food or other pet supplies for them. There are some resources through New York City, through HRA, as well as through ASPCA that can provide food based on your individual situation. And last but certainly not least, we have a list of mental health resources because this is a difficult time. Sometimes it helps to have someone to talk to, and depending on your individual situation, or if you are a person with a disability and you require some kind of behavioral therapy or some other kind of service, there are a few mental health resources that we have found through Lighthouse Guild, through Mount Sinai, that we have listed on our website as well. You can get in contact with. So this and more information is available on our COVID-19 resources for people with disabilities website. I'm going to repeat, you can find that at nyc.gov/disability-coronavirus. That's nyc.gov/disability-coronavirus. Now, this is a list of resources that we constantly are updating as the situation changes, resources and information is changing, and we try and stay on top of it as much as possible. But I'm just going to repeat this. If you are a person with a disability, if you have a friend or family member or neighbor that has a disability and they're in need of assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to our office. You can do so by dialing 212-788-2830. That's 212-788-2830. You can connect with us via video phone if you communicate in American Sign Language at 646-396-5830. That's 646-396-5830, or you can visit nyc.gov/ASL for information on American Sign Language. But with that, Chris, thank you so much for having me.
Not so fast, Mr.
Over to you.
Yeah, not so fast, Jonathan, because we have some questions for you as well. You said the phone numbers. Somebody's saying, can you please slow down when you say your phone numbers, please? The sign language one.
Yeah, you went a little too quick. Even I couldn't get it down. Please say it slower. Thank you.
Certainly. So the video phone number for American Sign Language is 646-396-5830. Now that phone number is a video phone, and that's for American Sign Language to connect with our office. That is 646-396-5830. Now our video or non-video phone, our voice phone, to get to our directory where you can receive assistance is 212-788-2830. That's 212-788-2830.
Now, Jonathan, the one thing you did mention earlier, and before I read these questions, just let everyone know that Moped is also linked to our website as well. And anything Jonathan updates us, we already automatically update to our website because you have your own personal emergency preparedness page because your information goes always up to date to us. And I know a lot of families are saying thank you, Moped. Now somebody's saying thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan. You are a great information source.
Great. Happy to help.
Yes. Before I go to questions, Chairperson Ms. Greif has a question. Go ahead, John. Go ahead, Deb.
Well, Jonathan, this is my question. My group, as you know, I'm the chairperson. We do not have the funding if we needed to do American Sign Language for our families. What do we do then? Like we have a meeting and I get a request for American Sign Language. What do I do? Where do I go?
So at the moment, there is no funding stream available for American Sign Language interpretation. Perhaps if someone has to, you could hold a video conference and have, or not just a video conference. I'm sorry, but a phone conference, and then have the person dial in via relay. It's not the best solution, but if you don't have the funding available to support an American Sign Language interpreter, then that's still an option. But it's incredibly important that you and everyone on this call, on this conference, understands that everyone needs to speak slowly. Everyone needs to speak one at a time. They need to introduce themselves, because otherwise it's going to be a chaotic atmosphere for the interpreter, for the person on relay, and it will be difficult for them to follow along. But I will also say that there are resources available in American Sign Language outside of the work you do, if individuals who are deaf are looking for information. So first, the mayor, with his press conferences within the 5 boroughs, he has American Sign Language every day on his COVID update. That includes both on social media as well as television. There's an American Sign Language interpreter present. In addition, our office is actually holding a virtual town hall for the deaf and hard of hearing community. So this is going to be taking place over Facebook Live. And this is going to actually be this Thursday at 4 p.m. on Facebook. So if you go to our office's Facebook page, which is NYC, Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities,
AKA Moped.
Yeah, AKA Moped. You will find an event that we have been sharing, Chris. I believe you should have received it in the notes for the Friday call that I sent out yesterday.
Yes, you did.
So you can share that link, that event link, to anybody who is looking for more information. We're going to be having Commissioner Khaleesi and our ASL Direct Project Supervisor, Tony Wooden, who will be sharing information on the coronavirus, getting everyone up to speed, as well as trying to address community questions as they come up. So that's going to be taking place this Thursday at 4 p.m. on Facebook Live.
Jonathan, there's one question. You have to make you laugh. Make you happy. You must be popular. But we have questions that are coming up, and I hope some of you who have questions, should be typing in also, or email me right now so I can answer those questions.
Or give them to Jonathan. But before I say anything else, I want to thank you, Jonathan, for that. And I will be watching that video conference because I want to make sure that I see what resources that the deaf and hard of hearing community has or needs, so that I can, because we may have individuals that may have hearing issues, but the problem is everyone also forgets their parent or their family member has a form of a different disability. So this way I can assist them, and I thank you again for your help.
No problem. Happy to help. I'm glad you'll be tuning in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now here's the number one. You got a lot of questions, and I know that, and I'm gonna do the best I can for everyone. But the main question is going to be somebody's asking me how to do how to get free Wi-Fi. That's the number one question. I got almost 6 of those questions.
Okay. Hold on one moment.
Sure. As he's doing that, and I'm going to give you just a minute, Jonathan. I'm just going to remind everyone, if you have a question, if you are typing it on chat and it doesn't pop up, please email me right now on the advisory council email, which I just sent to you a few minutes ago, at yahoo.com, and then I will respond, as Debbie's checking as well as I am. And let's make sure we don't interrupt any other emails. But the main question I know somebody's asking me is free Wi-Fi. It's the number one question.
Okay, Chris.
Yes.
So I just sent you a link that I'm gonna ask you to share with everybody, because I'm not actually on that chat. I'm joining you just via the line we set up.
It's okay.
So on our website, we have, under the COVID-19 resources page, a list of providers for special accommodations for 60 days. Now on that, Now on that page, there are 3 organizations that are offering. These are Comcast, Charter Communications / Spectrum, and Altus USA. Now, for information, there are a few phone numbers. Now, Chris, I'll defer to you. Is it better that I read them all out loud right now, or just wait for you to send the information to individuals? Because
I think right now, and I can tell you right now, I think it's best if you say the phone numbers, but say it twice and slowly, so they can do the best they can. If they don't get it, you can just email me later, and I can read it, and they can send it to me.
Well, I just emailed you, so you can share that, but I'll go through them briefly but slowly now. So first is Comcast. For enrollment for public Wi-Fi for 60 days to families who do not have a subscription already, you can call 1-855-5 1-855-846-8376. That's 1-855-846-8376. Under Charter Communications / Spectrum, Charter will offer free Spectrum broadband and Wi-Fi access for 60 days to households with K-12 or college students who do not already have a Spectrum subscription. You can call 1-844-488-8395. That's 1-844-488-8395. And finally, for Altus, for households with K-12 and or college students who may be displaced due to school closures and do not have currently home internet access, they are offering their broadband solution for 60 days to new customers. You can call 1-866-200, that's 200-9522. That's 1-866-200-9522. So those are the phone numbers. There's additional links. You can just look at additional information if you'd like to provide. I've sent all of this, which is located publicly on our website, to Chris, who can distribute.
And actually, Jonathan, as we speak, that information, and I actually have to make everyone laugh, it is available on our website, because that link, any new links you send us, Jonathan, we make sure we add it to our website immediately, so it's easier to get the family's information, what they need, as soon as possible.
Great.
On that.
Thanks, Chris.
That's one question. Now the next question is, let me just make sure. Okay, we already mentioned Wi-Fi, so let me do this, because everyone is a lot of questions, a lot of good stuff. Okay, I don't know why somebody is sending me. This is not applicable. The question is also you mentioned earlier about how to get food and stuff. You mentioned that earlier regarding how to get certain food and certain supplies, because they say this is what they're saying to me, which I'm not saying the person's name unless I have permission from them. I'm not saying their name, but they're asking is how can they get certain supplies when they say to you, they say I will have to give it to you by 2 days, and now it's almost 4 days, adding by tomorrow will be 5 days. Why do I have to wait so long? And I have put this complaint in.
So at this time, a lot of these delivery resources that we are recommending are very strained. There's a high demand for delivery right now. For individual situations, we can try and assist where we can, but it's just at the moment there is a bit of a delay depending on what service you're using. I will say this person that you mentioned specifically talked about supplies. So one thing that comes to mind is a lot of the services that we have on our site focus on food. But in terms of supplies, there's one, and this could already be the one that this person's working with, but it's called Invisible Hands. Invisible Hands is a group of engaged volunteers offering free delivery of groceries and supplies to those in high-risk demographics. Invisible Hands, you can reach out to them if you're in need of this kind of delivery. You can call 732-679. Do you need me to read it again, Chris?
Yes, please.
732-679. 639 1579.
And what's their name?
Invisible Hands. You can visit their website at Invisible Hands, that's HANDS, hands, deliver.org. So that's Invisible Hands, deliver.org. And they're a group of volunteers that deliver to at-risk members of the community facing COVID-19. They deliver food as well as supplies. In addition, there's another organization, and it's a great online resource that might also be of assistance to the person who you mentioned. It's called Mutual Aid NYC. Mutual Aid NYC is a group of volunteer organizations that are gathered all over in different neighborhoods in all the boroughs that are trying to organize to provide aid and support to New Yorkers, especially in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. You can look up members of Mutual Aid NYC in your neighborhood. They have a map, a directory on their website, which you can visit at mutualaid.nyc. Now, mutualaid.nyc. That's mutual. M is in Mary, U is in Utah, T is in Terrence, U is in Utah, A as in Albert, L as in Larry, aid, A is in Apple, I is in Igloo, D is in David, .nyc. So mutualaid.nyc. You can get information on what resources are available locally to you. You can either request help, or if you are interested in volunteering, they're always looking for new members as well. So those are two individual services that might be able to assist with supplies. But for additional assistance, I encourage this person that you mentioned, or really anybody else who is searching for resources to reach out to our office, and we'll try and provide you with the best information we can.
I agree, and that's one thing I do forward them to do, because as I told them this, when I do these updates, I do remind people you have to, just try to, to do the best we can. But as a reminder to a lot of people, there are delays of getting food because we're not the only, disability and seniors, but at the same time, they just need to remind everyone and remind the staff saying, we'll get to you as, not as soon as possible, but they have to work on a little timetable schedule to make sure they don't forget that person. And some of the other questions are the same, but now I'm going to go to this question. It's pet supplies. You mentioned that earlier. Pet supplies, because there are some animals who, some people cannot go to a pet store, because lately a lot of the pet stores, there are even people fighting in stores, in which I'm reading what some person's reading. You can't even go in there if a person needs help with disability. And this person did complain to Human Rights, which I'm reading. I'm not saying the name. And they said they appreciate it. And they did say you did help them out. Let's just get this closer. This is a lady friend. And it's not Debbie, because we don't have a dog right now. But it's a lady friend that's saying, thanks to the mayor's office helping me. You really help us faster than, and unfortunately I have to say, it's another organization that's a federal organization. They not assist me, and they treat me like I'm a person with nothing. And that's the one thing I did tell this person, which I'm not saying the person's name, that I did forward them to your free pet information.
So I realized there's actually one thing that I mentioned that's not on the site, and I'm just trying to pull it up now. I just need a moment, and I'll provide a phone number. Please hold.
Go ahead, Jonathan. When you should do that, I'm just going to remind people, if you have any questions right now for Mr. Jonathan Nowak, this is the time to please email us at the Advisory Council email. Right now, as Debbie is right next to me, from Chair of the Advisory Council, as well as statewide, I'm going to remind everyone, please put your email in if you have a question. And I'm going to remind you that some of this information is available not just on Moped's website, but it's also we're linked to them as well. And you can always find out what information is coming up from the Mayor's Office with Disability, as well as some of this information can be related to seniors. And I know there's one other question somebody's asking me about stores, which I'm going to ask Jonathan when he's finished. So I know some of you have been asking me this, and I've seen that. So I'm only going to do 3 more questions for Jonathan, and then I'm going to let him go because Jonathan is a very ultra busy man. I'm going to also ask him to remind everyone about the special meeting, which is important.
Okay, so Chris, I have an answer for you for this person.
Yes.
So the ASPCA is giving free food for cats and dogs and other supplies like cat litter in the NYC area. There's a helpline that you can call to find out more information about this. And the phone number is 1-800-738 9437.
9437.
Once again,
47.
this is a ASPCA helpline for food for cats and dogs and other supplies like cat litter in the New York City area. It's the 5 boroughs. You can call 1-800-738 9437.
Wait, 94. Is that the same number? 1-800. The helpline is which again? Say it again, please, Jonathan.
The helpline, it's the same number each time. These are not different numbers. I was just repeating. It is 1-800
Yes.
738 9437.
Okay, just making sure.
Making sure, because some people might say I did it wrong, but no, I didn't.
No, I was just making sure, Jonathan. Jonathan, I'm old now. I can't see it as well.
Let me get to these 3 more questions, because the last one is, Jonathan, just to remind everyone about that town hall, which we'll say that for the end. I did mention. Okay. Oh, here it is. Oh, Jonathan there's one thing a lot of people have been asking. There's some people could go traveling if they wear the mask, but we have gotten stores now to let people with disabilities in early at the same time as seniors. Jonathan?
Yep, I'm here. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Oh God, you gave me a heart attack when you did.
No, I'm here. So the question was about stores letting individuals in early?
Yes.
With disabilities.
With disabilities, which we already know that seniors have been letting in.
Right.
What about the segment?
On our website, it seems like every answer I have starts with on our website.
It's okay, Jonathan.
I'm trying to send links over to Chris as I bring each one of these up as we discuss.
Yeah, and some of those links, just to let you know, we have the link. I just can't get onto it at the same time with you and that. So
that's fine.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that there are, as Chris mentioned, as this question, some stores with custom hours for vulnerable populations, and this ranges. Some folks say seniors, some folks say people with disabilities. Our office, we have been in touch with some of these chains, and we've been calling around advocating to expand these custom hours. And on our website, we have a list of stores offering shopping hours to these populations. We go over, what the hours specifically are and where, where you can find a store near you with store locators, etc. So I'm going to send this link over to Chris, but we have been still contacting stores and updating our website when we have more information, but we are advocating for these custom hours to be expanded to people with disabilities. And we're doing the best we can. We appreciate the stores that are taking initiative to help the community, and we hope that more stores are able to do so. But for now, this is what we have, and we are thankful for it.
They are definitely supermarkets, and definitely, I'll be honest, it is supermarkets. It's Walgreens. If I mention every store, we'll be here until next year. But that information, as Jonathan is sending me, as well as it's on our website, as well as I said, Moped's website is on our emergency preparedness page, because as Jonathan has excellent information, we want to make sure that information is everyone knows to get on. If you have a question for Jonathan about that, they have a link as well as on that page as well. As Jonathan's sending me the store offers, which I will be put, it's already on our website, but I also will email all this information to Jonathan, to everyone who needs it. Can email me at the advisory council at yahoo.com, which I said that. Jonathan, there's one question that's been, I don't think everyone, there are some groups, and I know this is not just one agency, I'm getting 3 agencies, so I'm combining this, are having trouble getting face masks. And they have contacted the city. They contacted 311, and they have not got back with no information additional. What can they do at this time? How to get masks and necessary stuff? These are for group homes at this time we're talking about.
Okay, so masks have been certainly a hot topic. There has been, as I'm sure everyone has noticed, a large focus on getting masks, also known as PPEs, personal protective equipment, to hospitals, to individuals who are working in the medical profession who need them, who are actively treating people with COVID. Now, in the past few weeks, there's been a little bit more of an increase of access. And Chris, you went through, or this person who asked this question went through a few different kinds of groups. Now, depending on that group, you might have access or be able to request PPEs through specific channels. Now, while one of them is nursing homes, emergency management and Department of Health actually have a PPE request form that you can fill out. If you are a nursing home, that you can request PPEs be delivered to you. If you are an organization affiliated with OPWDD, you should also be able to reach out to correspondents in OPWDD to request masks as well. But our office on a local level, we have been trying our best to connect individuals with disabilities, some of our organization partners, different independent living centers, ICS, Wheeling Forward, BCID, with some gloves and masks, to distribute to their immediate folks that they are working with, as well as others. I will say on our website, we have been trying to keep track of PPE requests. We have a contact form that we use. It's more of a multi-purpose contact form. If you have an issue with resources, if you have a question about education, but also if you are a person, either an individual or an organization, looking for PPEs, you can let us know, and we'll do our best to connect you at least with resources that can provide you, or provide you with PPEs, or try and provide you with PPEs ourselves. And Chris, this is something else I will be sending your way.
Okay.
Both the request form for nursing homes specifically, as well as
so far it's only group homes right now, because the issues right now, as I'm reading one of the agencies, they have been contacting, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm not accusing anyone because they have the right to, but they're asking this question is, and I think the question you mentioned, they're actually saying thank you for that wonderful question, because they said they wanted to reach emergency management or someone you mentioned, but right now they're just saying they're not getting a return call back.
It can happen because it's a crazy time now.
You hear me, Jonathan?
Okay, so yes, I heard you. I just had to unmute.
Right.
So if this person wants to send us some more information on their specific request, we'll do the best we can to connect with folks that can assist and provide PPEs. But we just need to know the name, the contact number, where they're going, and how many PPEs you require, and we'll do the best we can to connect.
Yeah.
So Chris, I'm sending you the contact form now. I just sent it. It's a link that you can distribute. Really, as a catch-all, it can, if somebody is requesting information or requesting PPEs, you can use that link. If you have questions about something else, you can use that link. It's something we monitor and try to respond to everyone as efficiently as possible to get them information.
And I'm just going to let everyone, those agencies, know I'm going to forward this to you right now. So as I'm talking, so therefore no one can say I didn't send it to you guys. Jonathan, I know this will be the final question for you. Can you please remind yourself about that meeting you mentioned earlier?
The virtual the virtual town hall?
Yeah.
Sure. I think I actually preemptively sent it to you.
You did. But
okay. Yes, I'm just letting you know. Like,
yeah.
I did send it to you.
I already shared it out.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So it is a coronavirus virtual town hall for the deaf and hard of hearing community. This is going to be a Facebook live stream that features Commissioner Khaleesi and our ASL Direct Project Supervisor, Tony Wooden. During this presentation, during this virtual town hall, the Commissioner will be sharing information about coronavirus and COVID-19 and providing this information as well as addressing questions from the community. So actually, I just want to state, Chris, I'm going to send you another email in a minute, but we're looking for people to send their questions in advance to Tony Wooden, and I have his email. It is R as in Robert, Wooden, that's W as in West, O as in Oscar, D as in David, E as in Edgar, N as in Nancy, at mopd.nyc.gov. So to be clear, that's R Wooden.
Got it.
At mopd.nyc.gov. Please submit your questions in advance to Tim. His name's Tony. He's our ASL Direct Project Supervisor. And we will include those in the address that the Commissioner provides.
Yeah, and why I'm asking you to ask that last question, that would be me, because it is important that you guys are doing a town hall, and I can tell you we're getting a lot of people actually enjoying this video with us. But I wanted to make sure that you mention this because this is something important. And I agree with you asking them to please put these questions onto that email because it'd be fair, because if everyone speaks, it'll be out of control meetings, and we cannot afford that out of control meetings. So we're reminding everyone, I agree with Jonathan very strongly, is please look at that email comment that I put in. If I didn't get all your questions, folks, I'm going to tell you that I will be forwarding all these questions to Jonathan, and then the plan will be Jonathan will send me the answers to the medicine dosage, but there is one little medicine dosage I'm going to remind you that you can visit on the Mayor's Office with Disability, which is easy. Just type in MOPAD, which is easy on Google. You can also make sure that you not just doing there, you can also join our website and go onto Emergency Preparedness page, which it does have the Mayor's Office of Disabilities website link. So it has Jonathan as well as all that beautiful outreach that you send us, Jonathan. I do update it every 1 week because everyone who uses our website I have to say, our numbers are so high. I mean, I'm glad the website didn't explode. You know the feeling when you have to update something on the website. It's not easy.
Oh, Jonathan, this is Debbie. I don't know how to address this, but I'll address the best I can. The way the mayor and the New York City Council wants to open up all these city streets to block cars so people can walk and bike. What about us persons with disabilities? How are we going to participate when we can't walk that long? And then if we need our accessor ride, or we are going somewhere because they have to take us, did the mayor and the city council take that into account?
Hi, Deborah. So I am not as familiar with this specific action that they are taking, but if you have specific issues and complaints, I would be glad to hear them and discuss them with you offline. How does that sound?
I think that would be best.
Perfect. I have no problem with that.
Jonathan, what I'll do is I'll set up you can talk to Debbie maybe later on if you're available. You can send me what times you're available.
Sure.
Yeah. But I do want to thank Jonathan. I know you have a busy schedule on, and I want to thank you, Jonathan, very much.
Yes, I do too, Jonathan. I appreciate everything you've been doing. You're wonderful. The way that you have to help every person with different types of disabilities, it is very appreciated. Thank you so much.
And I know a lot of people are saying this is a wonderful information that we're giving. And I know, Jonathan, you have to run. So I'm going to say thank you again because I know you have other meetings, unless you want to hang out and watch what the rest of we're doing.
Yes, I do need to run. But thank you so much for having me.
Be careful when you run, though. I'm talking as a person with don't call. Okay?
Well, I'm not really running. I haven't left my apartment. I'm staying home. I'm working from home, but I do need to jump into another meeting.
Okay. We'll be
So-
very glad. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you
Jonathan.
very much for your
You're
time, everybody, and I hope to hear from you all soon. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, folks, for Jonathan. And now Deborah's going to give you her update with OPWDD.
Okay. Good morning,
Good
I'm sorry, good afternoon. You see, that's why I'm saying you have to stay home. Okay, I want to just state that there are a lot of different changes that are coming. First of all, as you know, we don't go to any sites. Everything, so I'm going to read this quick. In reference with self-direction, they have been able to you can use your OTPT to purchase personal protection equipment for staff that's used. So that will be a very important item. If you're not sure, contact your local your liaisons for the self-direction at which is your developmental center.
Or email them.
Them.
It's better.
Right.
It's better if you email them.
Because they run. Okay. Also, we did get something very important. When we Department of Health, when we have to take our individuals to the hospital, and this includes family members, important, they are allowed to go with them. There is you can print out if you have a ability, or if you have a cell phone, have it as a download. Show them when either that you as a person caring for a person with intellectual developmental or developmental disabilities, that they need to have a person like you with them because of their not their ability to comprehend or understand, and you can make everything simpler and easier for them. So that's a really good point. Also, we push for family notification of infection if it's in a residence. So they're supposed to have more. We hope that you've been informed of anything.
You want to let them know there was a question about
yes,
the individuals. How many coronavirus? Unless you want me to mention.
All right, I will. As of April 16th, there have been approximately 1,562 individuals who have IDD that tested positive for the COVID-19. Sadly, we lost 213. That is since April 16th. It hasn't been updated yet. Once I get that, I will let you know. I'm waiting for Margaret Puddington, who's the chair of the statewide Family Support Service Advisory Council. She's been sitting on those updates, and she lets us know. Also, guidance is now permitting ComHab to be in the daytime for school-age children and for people in less than a 24-hour residence. So that means you need to check, and if you have a problem, talk to the care coordinator. They're in a residence. Talk to the house managers, or whether you discuss to get your child's services, which is important in reference with if your child happens to be going to be graduating from the New York City Department of Ed. Make sure you let your transition coordinator at the school,
or your CCO,
and your CCO both. Let them know. Make sure the paperwork is there and ready so that the children won't be having to sit home. In reference with the front door, if your child already is in the waiver, they don't have to repeat their psychological, and they don't think they have to do the front door session. But it may be a good idea. And no front door is being done in person. No one's in the Brooklyn Developmental Center or any of the other developmental centers except certain personnel. They're doing all forms of information, or if it's for like your self-direction meeting, right now, for the front door, it's being done by video, virtual video. If you can't do that, well, you can contact us. we will, and you need to let us know which borough you're in, and we'll contact our Brooklyn DDRO staff they're working virtually. We'll ask them what to do to help you.
And right now, also, as I said before, if you visit our website, which the information has been up there like 100 times, visit our website. In the bottom, in the main front page, or in the anywhere in the page, we have a contact button. Put your comments in. We will forward that to that borough or that county to that DDRO. So please make sure that you have that information. Now, also, as I'm going to remind everyone that emails I know I've been getting, let me remind you that anything you want me to update, I'm not going to be changing the website or update the website until Friday. So if you have an event that is coming up on Friday, please make sure that you send it to me no later than Friday. If it's for next week. If it's a short notice, the answer is I can't do that.
The only thing you can do is we will accept if you take that and send us Facebook or email, and then we'll make sure it's on the Facebook page, and we will share it through email. We cannot put it on the website before Friday. So you have any event from
trainings
or today by email or Facebook. So this way we can then share it with the rest of the families or professionals who need or whoever. But please understand, if it's for next week, yes, we'll be able to put it on by this Friday evening, not before. The reason is this: we're all home. 99% of us who have internet, computers, phones, tablets are using them, and it's overwhelmed the system, and we don't want the website to have a problem. So that's why we're saying we're just doing it once a week. This way we get it there and we don't have any problem with the website, because we have to make sure we keep this running so that you have all the important updated information you have. I also apologize, I want to say something. In reference to the information page, I told you that you can either print out or show on your phone. At the moment, it is only in English and in Spanish. I'm not sure what other languages, if any agency, and it's on our website as well as OPWDD's website. If anybody from an agency that speaks a second language that I did not mention, and you're capable of translating it for your families, please do send it to them. You can also send it to us. We will then see that it's put on the website, but this will help your families. Now, I know in the Asian community, I know Japanese and Korean, Vietnamese have their own language, but I know in Chinese, it's a dialect. I know the written Chinese language is everybody basically reads the same. Please, if you can, translate it for them. The same in the Russian community and any other community. Appreciate, because we're not capable of doing translation, and the Miss Puddington has worked very hard to try to get even more of the translations done, but it's a little hard right now. So if you could help us with this, because you can help your families, we appreciate this very much. Thank you for hearing this.
Also, just let everyone know that, in case I didn't mention, yes, we had those air flyers.
Yeah, the Thunderbirds came going over all of New York City, even over our balcony.
Even over our balcony as well. But I can tell you right now, if you heard something, well, you're not imagining. It passed us. It went from all the way around, so we got a chance to get a double dose. So I want to thank everyone for bringing that to my attention, which I didn't get a chance, because I want to make sure everyone gets this really strong information. It is important that we get this information. Regarding, now there is a question that I know somebody asked me earlier. Is there going to be a meetings like Brooklyn Advisory and DD Council? I'm only going to say this: the Advisory Council and DD Council both will say to be announced. Subcommittees are not scheduled at this time, unless Chris Levin tells me. I will let you guys know, and emails will go out, Facebook will go out, and regular update announcements will go up. All I'm saying to everyone is we our meeting date is still on the schedule. Location is still to be announced. It might be back on live on video. We might have some more information. We're not going to answer those questions at this time because we are not sure. If you're still having, again, transit problems, which I'm reading a question earlier, again, I'm going to remind you that there is an email that I remind everyone, which you see me flapping my phone like it's a little batting that. It's accessibility@nyct.com. That is the email you should be sending the bus complaints for accessibility complaints. A wheelchair, walker, cane, mobile devices are allowed to enter the front.
And persons who have
sure,
either short stature but also have trouble going up the step, that large step in the back, because they may have heart condition, arthritis, hidden disability, can still go on the front if it's that important. But I will say this straight out: if 2 wheelchairs are already there, there's going to be a problem. If it was me, and I am still using a walker because of the bad break and my ankle buckles, so I use my walker. If I see 2 wheelchairs in, I will tell you I will let the bus pass because I can't get on safely. That is what I'm not ordering you to do. I'm just saying that you may have to if you can't board the front, and there's wheelchairs there already.
And we'll remind you all that if you go onto our page on the Help Outreach, you will see Reggie Barron. You will see the 2020 censors, Ms. Golden, Carrie Banks, as well as me, giving you guys some tips and ideas how to deal with keeping yourself busy. As you know, Reggie and I already discussed this already, but I will remind everyone, Metro cards, recharging, you have to use the machine. If you know someone else can help you recharge the Metro card, please make sure you do that. Please make sure that you do not, make sure if you're going to use the bus, remember it's free. The only thing you have to still pay is the subways, the Long Island Railroad, and Metro North.
And
as well as Accessorite.
Well, excuse me, there is one bus we have to still pay.
SBS
buses. That we have to pay because it's on the outside of the bus. So yes, you do have to pay that. Sorry.
Well, guess what? At least it keeps the fare running still.
Keeps the MTA running.
Keep the MTA running. And I remind everyone, the 2020 censor is important. If you have a family that needs help, please let us know. We will help you with the 2020 census. We will set up a one-to-one video with you or by phone, but the video is a little easier so we can work together how to make sure the 2020 census are helping families with disability. But I encourage our agencies, this would be a good time to tell your families and help them out to do the 2020 census. The more it gets done, the more we can get future services and stuff that needs to be done. So please, everyone, I'm encouraging that as well. If anyone doesn't have any additional questions, or I don't see anyone writing to me or not emailing me, I'm going to say thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say this is I think this is one of the longest, but guess what? We're giving you updates. We're giving you information. We will let you know when our next one is. We will let you know if something comes up really important. It cannot wait. We will let you know. I'm Christopher D. Greif.
And I'm Deborah Greif.
And we will say, please enjoy your afternoon. And have a great day. Bye for now.
Bye.